guys, this is Russia from the Russell back with a new Storytale video. Today in the Storytale, it has been now for a couple minutes, 1 hour since I recorded, and I got comments on personal comments said, Hunter, can you please do a Storytale video? I was like, what for? And the guy said, hey, just for, your video, contact, and also because it was good, so can you do it? I was like, okay, sure. So I'm doing this here, and basically, in this story, basically got cheated on for a iPhone cheater. I'm going to give you... Also, my old brother tried to get his new account because he has this offline account. Yes, he's been trying to get online today. Since the internet has been a piece of crap, yeah, and this game is.
So sorry I haven't posted in the last couple of weeks. I've had some friends visiting, so I was hanging out with them. But I'm back now in full effect, and actually a really cool announcement I'm back to. I just merch, I'll put it up on the screen. It's probably my favorite drop, it's pretty limited. After this weekend, it's gone forever, and I'm calling the first 150 people that buy something on the phone to personally say thank you. And if you do buy something, please tweet me
Then get my phone just
Twitter and show me your order so I can follow you back and DM you and say thanks. I'm trying to follow and DM everybody that got something. I'm going to try my best. If I do not get to you immediately, just please be patient. I'm trying my best here to show my appreciation. But anyway, guys, today's story time is a pretty interesting one. I think it's pretty crazy. I hope you enjoy this. Leave a like if you do. And let's jump right into this. So this story time is about a relationship of mine, a very toxic one, in fact, okay? It was a pretty toxic relationship, probably one of the most toxic ones I've ever been in. Not a good thing to be in, okay? I highly recommend to never be in a toxic relationship because it's not good for you or anybody. But basically, story time took place about a year back. I was seeing this girl for a couple of months. The first month was great, but on the second month, I started to realize things about her. I started to realize that she was a little bit on the toxic side. Sometimes when we would get into arguments, she would get really, really angry and show her anger in super unhealthy ways. She wouldn't hit me or anything, but she would just yell over me, swear at me, not be rational at all, and just be really, really immature. And the first few times I let it slide, I just kind of was like, you know what, maybe she was having a bad few days, it wasn't even that serious of an argument, we're over it now, let's just move on. I didn't really think that hard about it. I was just trying to be forgiving and move on with my life and go back to the happy times we were having. But then things took a real turn for the worst on this one specific argument that pretty much just pushed me over the edge to break up with her. It wasn't even really an argument, it was her admitting something to me that made me want to break up with her, and I still cannot believe this. Okay, so we were sitting on my bed, just talking, and I could see it in her face. She looked really, really off, just not all there, just something was bothering her. And I was like, what's wrong? You seem upset. She's like, no, nothing, it's okay. I'm like, you sure there's nothing you want to talk about? She's like, no. I'm like, you hesitated. There's gotta be something. Come on, you can trust me. And she's like, alright, look. I was at a party a few days ago, and I did something with somebody that you probably wouldn't approve of. I'm like, oh, okay. So, what did you do exactly? Because that could mean a lot of things. That could mean oh, I smoked with one of my friends, and I know that you don't like me smoking, and I hope you're not mad at me. Or that could mean, oh, I met this guy at this party and fucked him. You know what I mean? That could be two very, very different things that could have a totally different reaction from me. But no, it was the worst of the two. She met some ex of hers there, and they hooked up. And the way she told me was just so ridiculous. She was like, yeah, I was at this party a few days ago, and my ex happened to be there, and we started talking, and just one thing led to another, and we ended up hooking up. I'm sorry. And her tone was just so monotone, I couldn't tell if she was serious or joking. So I started laughing, because I really thought she was fucking with me. And she's like, no, Austin, I'm serious. I'm like, okay, why would you do that then? And she's like, he offered to buy me a new phone. And at this point I started laughing again, because I'm like, okay, she's really good at fucking with me, this is so funny. I actually thought she was kidding. But then she takes the back of her case off her phone, and her phone isn't cracked on the back anymore. The way her phone was is the screen was fine, but the back was all cracked. But she took the case off where it was usually covering up the cracks, and there were no cracks there. Like, she really did get a new phone. I'm like, holy shit, you're serious? And she's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you fucked another dude while you have a boyfriend for a new phone. And she's like, I was drunk. I'm like, get the fuck out of my house, please. Like, just leave. Because at this point, I couldn't even tell if she was serious or not, but I was more aiming towards serious, so I was pretty pissed off. And she's like, look, you shouldn't even be mad at me. Like, we've not had a good relationship at all. We've been arguing so much. I'm like, okay.
Here's this good funny part. Seriously, you do a guy and you have a boyfriend, yeah.
Then dump me. Don't fuck your ex for a new phone. I think the fact that you fucked him for a new phone is probably get the phone. So that's probably another thing you're not telling me. So why don't you just leave? Because I don't even want to talk to you anymore. And she's like, whatever, Austin, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, what's done is done. I said sorry. I don't know what else to do. And like, she was yelling at me basically. And I'm like, are you seriously mad at me that I'm mad that you cheated for an iPhone? And she was like, yeah, I am kinda. And I'm like, okay, good for you. You can leave now. Have a nice day. And she goes, whatever, Austin, bye. And she gets up and just storms out of my room and out of my house to her car to leave. And I was just in such a disbelief. I'm thinking to myself, like, Steve Jobs wouldn't have wanted this. Like, this is just not okay. So I immediately call my friend up because I'm just, like, in the mood to talk to someone about it. And I call up one of my good friends. I'm like, dude, I just got found out that I was cheated on for an iPhone. And he's like, what? And he knew who she was. He's like, was it her? I'm like, yeah. She hooked up with her ex because he was going to buy her a new iPhone. He's like, yo, what? That's like the first ever iProstitute. I'm like, yo, shut up. You cannot be saying that right now. He's like, what? It's true. And I just started laughing with him. And honestly, like, he was the one person I probably should have called because he cheered me up. And yeah, just overall, that was pretty much the end of it. Me and her never talked again. And that's probably the most interesting time I've been cheated on, I guess, like, for an iPhone. But yeah, moral of the story is, if you're in a toxic relationship and you don't like where you're at in it, just break up. Like, just split. Don't cheat on the other person. Don't get bribed to cheat on the other person. Like, just don't do that. Not good at all. But yeah, I thought it was just one of the craziest story times, and I thought you would enjoy this. If you guys did enjoy the story time, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your guys' story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.
Yeah. Controversy, I should worry, but I don't. That's not my girl, I'm not her man, that's just my joint. I hope you keep this book, cause I've been running point.
After 9/11, everyone was scared.
Possible hijack planes.
Scared it might happen again.
Obvious terrorist attack.
It was my second day of grad school. Next day, I changed all my classes to national security.
Morning, Dan.
Morning, Senator.
Have you seen the story today in the New York Times?
Evidently, the CIA destroyed tapes of interrogations of Al-Qaeda detainees.
I want to find out what was on the tapes and why they were destroyed.
No paper.
Paper is when we getting people in trouble at our place.
At our place, paper's how we keep track of laws. Last night I found this. He's detainee number 24. Have you guys used this thing before?
No, we watched the video.
They waterboarded him 183 times.
11, 12.
Everything they got from him was either a lie or something they already had.
If it works, why do you need to do it 183 times?
Maybe when the report comes out, people will finally see that.
I vehemently disagree with the narrative here.
The United States does not torture.
Dan, you need to be careful here.
They can't destroy the documents. They can go after the next best thing. You.
They claim they saved lives, but what they really did was make it impossible to prosecute a mass murderer, because if what we did to him ever came out in the court of law, the case is over. The guy planned 9/11.
We will not allow this to be covered
The
up.
intent is to gain intel, save American lives. History's written by the victor.
We need to change our
How is
house.
that even ethical?
Nothing could be further from the truth.
Democracy is messy.
guys.
We would print it tomorrow. No. If it's gonna come out, it's gonna come out the right way.
So, basically, guys. So, basically, yeah. Yeah, real quick, I'm going to see how much subs I have. In a little bit.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Austin here with Luna. So this story time is about a girl I met on Tinder, and let's just jump right into this, because I don't really know how else to intro this. Story time takes place about a year back. Back then I was using Tinder a lot. Nowadays I don't really use it as much as I used to, but back then I was using it a lot because I wanted to find friends. Like, I had friends back then, but they weren't around a lot because they were working a lot, and I wanted to find some people that were around more often to hang out with and just meet new people. I was on there and I matched with this one girl. Let's just call her Jessie, okay? Now Jessie, she seemed really cool at first, and we were having a good conversation, and she just seemed like a cool, genuine person, and we agreed to hang out later that week, and we did. We hung out one time. Keep that in mind, one time. Literally nothing romantic or anything like that happened. We were literally just kind of hanging out as friends. We were just walking around shopping, and then we hung out at this park for a little bit and just talked, and nothing crazy happened, okay? Like, we weren't at all in a relationship or anything like that. So, after we hung out, told her I had fun, and me and her continued talking for like a week, on and off, and the next weekend came around, and my friend invited me to go to a coffee shop with him, another friend of ours, and his girlfriend, and I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm down, and there was no issue with that. Like, they're cool, I hung out with them all the time. So I went out with my friends, and my one friend's girlfriend, and we were just hanging out at the table, drinking coffee, and I took a Snapchat of the coffee that I was drinking, and I put it on my friend's only Snapchat story, so only my friends could see it. So after I put that up on my story, I didn't think anything of it. I was just showing that I was drinking coffee, like, that was it. And it had like the logo of the coffee place on it. It was like a local place. So after I posted that Snapchat to my story, I was hanging out talking to my friends for a few minutes, and then I reopened Snapchat and I saw that 3 people had seen the story. So I swipe up to see who saw it, and she was one of them. And in my head, I didn't think anything of that either. I was like, oh cool, Jessie saw my story. Like, I wonder if she goes here too and gets coffee. Like, I didn't really think anything of it. So me and my friends hang out for like another 20 more minutes just talking, and we decide to leave. So me and all my friends get up, we clean off our table, and we throw our stuff out, and we leave. And as soon as we walk outside, I can see across the street a car that looks really, really familiar. But I didn't really look at it too much. I just knew that it looked familiar to me. I was like, oh, maybe one of my friends has that same car. And then me and my friends keep walking down the sidewalk to my friend's car so that we can leave. And my 2 friends were with me, and then my friend's girlfriend was right next to him and me, like in between me and him. So it kind of looked like me and her were walking down the sidewalk together, but we weren't. We were all just walking together in one big group. But then I noticed as we're walking to my friend's car, out of the corner of my eye, I see that car that I first saw when I walked out do a U-turn and start coming up behind us. So the car comes up behind us pretty quick and then passes us, and as it was passing us, I glanced at the car, and I realized why it looked so familiar. I'm like, oh, that's the same car that Jessie drives. But since it was nighttime, I didn't really get a good look at who was driving, and her car didn't have any bumper stickers or anything on it that would make it kind of different from the rest. So I just assumed that that was someone with the same car, because I'd seen that car so many times in my life. So I kind of just went about my night. We got my friend's car, we drove over to my friend's house. Over, and the minute I get in her car, I immediately realize she seems pissed about.
Hey guys, see you guys all next time, in peace.